Hello, good evening. So sorry, coming 4 minutes late, but today is day two of our coding challenge, and we have something very important to talk about. Okay, so our topic for today is about setting up tools. We're setting up tools for our coding, and then we're also going to write our first HTML code today. So if you are joining the live section now, so if you are joining the live section now, just get yourself ready, get your computer ready, or any device that you are using for this training. Get your pen, your paper ready because we are ready to start. All right, so let's get started without wasting any more time. I'm just waiting for you guys to join so that we move very fast. So, like I said, this is day two of our coding challenge, and today we are going to talk about the tools that we need for writing HTML code, how to set up the tools, and we are going straight to write our first HTML code. We're going straight to write our first HTML code. So without wasting any time, So right here you can see my browser, and on my browser I'm going to be walking us through what we need. So I'm going to quickly open a Google Docs so that I can write down the tools that we need for us to get started. So if you want to join us, you can still come on board, but we're going to move ahead while waiting for anybody else to join. So what are the tools that we need, and what do we need each of those tools for? That's where we're going to start from. So for us to start writing our HTML code, we need, number one, we need a text editor. Alright, and the text editor we are going to use for this competition, or for this challenge, sorry, is VS Code. Alright, and then inside the VS Code we are going to install extensions. And the extensions that we're going to install include, we're going to install a live preview. Alright, so just live preview will be enough for now. Why do we need live preview? Is for us to be able to preview our code without leaving the code or the text editor, the VS Code. So you'll be writing your code and you'll be seeing the output on your VS Code. That's why we need this extension. There are some other extensions that we need, but we may not go into that for now. So how do we install our VS Code? Now, you may already have VS Code installed, you may not have it installed. If you don't have it installed, you head on to your browser, and my favorite browser is always Google Chrome. So when you head on to your browser, you search for VS Code. You just type VS Code. Now, depending on the machine that you are using, so if you are on Windows, like I'm on Windows, I would download the one for Windows. If I'm on Mac, or whichever machine that you are using will determine the one that you download. So the first link you can see here, which is the official Visual Studio Code website, you open the link and automatically it is going to detect the operating system that you are using. So I'm using Windows operating system. That's why you are seeing this button, download for Windows. You can also, at the nav bar, you will see the download button. You can click on the download button. When you click on the download button, it will bring you to this page here, download Visual Studio Code. And if you scroll down a bit, you will see the Windows icon, you will see the Ubuntu, the Linux icon, you will see the Mac icon. So anyone that you are using, you go ahead, click on the button to download. Another thing that you should take note of is the processor, the type of processor that you are using. Is it a 64-bit processor? If it's on Windows, then anyone you download from here must be for 64-bit processor. So if you are using 32-bit processor, you may likely search for other means of installing for 32-bit operating system. But for Mac and Linux, I think it is pretty much straightforward. Alright, so I like using the zip version. So you click on the Windows button here, When you click, it says thanks for downloading VS Code, and it will start downloading. Right up here you can see, if I click here, you see that it is downloading already. I already have it installed, but I'll just allow it to download, and then I'll show you how to start the installation process, and then I'll cut it halfway. So give it some moments, some minutes to download. Then alright, so it is done downloading. So what next do we need to do? We need to move on to the next session for the installation. Alright, so I've shown you how you can download VS Code from the Visual Studio Code official website, and the next thing I'm going to show you now is how to run the installation. I'm going to guide you through how to run the installation, and we'll move on to the next. Alright, so I believe you can see my download folder, and right here you are seeing the VS Code that we just downloaded. So what you need to do is you double click on it. Okay, so if you double click on it, it will pop up. Just give it some moments. Okay, mine is saying that I already have VS Code running, so I won't be able to install it again. But let me just explain the process that you need to follow in order to install this VS Code. Now once you open your download folder, you have to double click on the installable file, that is the installation file, the VS Code file that is downloaded. You double click on it, and then it will just bring a pop-up window either asking you to accept as admin or whatever pop-up window it shows. You follow the prompt step by step to make sure that you you install the VS Code very well. And once you complete the installation, you are going to have something that looks like this. Mine is already open, so you are going to have something that looks like this. This is how the VS Code is going to look like. So let me zoom it in so that we'll see it very well. So this is how it is going to look like. Okay, and then from here we'll move on to the next level. Alright, so I don't want to be taking it so fast so that you'll be able to follow along. If perhaps I'm being so fast, please do well to let me know in the comment section. Then I will be able to reduce the speed in the next class, or maybe as we are on the call, I can review some things that I've said already. So now that we have our VS Code installed and it is open, the next thing we need to do now is to install the second thing, which is extension. Now if you check by the side here, let me zoom it in so that you can see it. So right here you see this that looks like a block. If you hover on it, you will see extensions. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you are on Windows or Mac OS, it's going to show the same thing. So you click on this, and then here in the search bar you search for an extension, which I already have. Search for live preview. Okay, we search for live preview, and the one that you're going to download or the install is the live preview by Microsoft. This particular one, this is live preview, and underneath you see Microsoft, and they have over 11 million installation, active installation. So I'm going to disable this, uninstall it. Let me just uninstall it so that you see exactly how it's going to look like. So this is the installation button. You click on install and you give it some moments. Good. So after installation, you are going to have it this way, and that is going to be all for now. You close the tab and you come back up here on the Explorer. You click on it, and now we're going to have this page. The next thing that we need to do before we start writing our code is we're going to create a folder, because all our files, all our code has to be in one folder. We need to have all the code that we are going to write in a single folder, and for us to have it in that single folder we need to create it. Okay, and now going back to the VS Code, here you see this button, open folder. Alright, we don't have any folder yet, so when you click on open folder, it will open your file explorer. I like my folders such as this to be on I like it to be on the desktop, so you click on desktop. If you want it to be on desktop, you click on document. If you want it to be on document, you click on download. So anywhere you want it to be, just click on it. I'm going to click on desktop, and then I'm going to click on new folder right here. Okay, so I'm going to make a new folder. I'll call it oh, I think you guys are not seeing what I'm doing. Just hold on a minute. Okay, so I think it will be better this way, so that you'll be able to see everything that I am doing. Okay, before we go back to, okay, so I'll start again. Right here you are seeing open folder. You click on open folder and you are going to see your file explorer, your folder. So I like mine to be on the desktop, so I'll click on the desktop, and on the desktop I'm going to make a new folder. Right up here you see new folder. I'll click on it and it's going to give me this. I'll change the name to 30 days coding challenge. Okay, when I'm done, I'll click on select folder. Alright, I click it again and voila. Okay, so here we have our folder created. You can see it right here, and it is showing on our VS Code. And you close this file right there. Alright, now that we've created our folder and our folder is open in the VS Code, the next thing we have to do is to create our HTML file. This part is very, very important because we need to be able to create a HTML file the right way, okay? And our code we are going to write today is going to be written in the HTML file that we will create. So where do we create the file? I'm going to zoom in a bit so you see. Right here you see 4 icons. The first one is new file, the second one is new folder, the third refresh explorer, and collapse folder in explorer. So we're going to click on the first one, and by convention you are going to call this file index dot, no space at all, HTML. Okay, so you don't bother if yours is not showing this 5, but make sure you type index dot HTML. I'm going to put it on the comments section. So index.html, when you finish typing it, you press enter, and here you have your HTML file. So this is how we create our HTML file. And now that done, we are now ready to start writing our code inside the HTML file. But before we start writing again, I want you to look at this side. This is, we have 3 other icons here. One is run code, show preview, and split editor. The second one at the center is the one that we installed, the live preview extension. So I'm going to, if you have this AI charts window, you have to close it. Alright, close it that way, and you click on the middle icon and it's going to give you this window. Okay, so this way when we write our code here, we're going to see its display right here. So you can also move the panel this way so that you have more space to write, and you can also move this one this way. Okay, so now today I'm going to be showing you some shortcuts, quick shortcuts, and I'll give you a task to do. Then tomorrow we go deeper into explaining the codes that we're going to write today. Now, the first thing that we're going to write is what we call the boilerplate. We'll call it the boilerplate. Now, what is the boilerplate? Boilerplate is just the skeleton or the fundamental frame of every HTML document. So on your Windows or Mac PC, you press either shifts you press shifts and number 1, that will give you exclamation, and you press enter. Okay, so it gives you this 11 lines of code, which I'm going to explain tomorrow. So when we have these boilerplates, there are just one area I want you to pay attention to today, and that one area is line number 9 that has the body. Okay, we have two sections of body there. If you put the cursor in between, you can space them out this way. So you have the first part of the body and the second part of the body. Now, these two things you're seeing here represent the white space that you're seeing here. This blank page you're seeing here, that is what this represents. So whatever you put in between is going to show right in here. So let me just press enter to break it into, and I like to get this like this. Press enter again. So here I'm quickly going to write in something. Hello HTML5. As you can see, I'm typing and it is showing right here. But if I come up here under the title and I put something like this and I write hello, this is not correct. So this is wrong, and that is why it's not showing correctly. This is supposed to be as big as this one. So this up here is supposed to be as big as this, but because I'm writing it in the wrong place, then it's not showing properly. So that means whatever we are writing is going to be in between the body of the HTML, so we can see it on the body of the website. So I can go ahead and type something else, and I said this is heading 2. Okay, and we can still see it showing right there. Alright, so I wouldn't go further so I would get anybody confused, but what I would have you do for me is this. I would have you to follow through the things that we've done today. You download your VS Code, you install your live preview extension, you create the folder where all our code is going to be, and then you create your first HTML file and you call it index.html. And then when you do that, I want you to just use the shortcut that I used, generate the boilerplate. Okay, preview it using the live preview, and in between the body you can just write anything. Yes, I give you the permission to write anything for today. Then from tomorrow we are going to start explaining in detail. So today we have been able today to set up tools that we need. We have been able to set up the tools that we need for our HTML code, and also we've been able to write our first HTML code. So if you are able to follow through to this point, I want to tell you a very big congratulations, because you have made a very huge progress. Okay, if you continue this way in the next few days, you're going to be very proud of yourself. So feel free to ask any question in the comment section. And also, from tomorrow, I'm going to be sharing a link to a WhatsApp platform where you can chat with me if you have any issue, where I'll be giving you live support and constant support. Thank you very much for joining this class today, and see you guys tomorrow.